Frenzy going through for Ming 2, they're out. So there you have it, Mortis of the UK against Frenzy of the USA in the War of Independence final judgment.
Well, during this oh-so-violent war, we've seen some heavy casualties on both sides. Some robots have their British end flipped up, while others are no longer the American beauties they once were.
Certainly Ghettobot, they're not. Beaten by Mortis in the very first battle of the War of Independence. Flamed. Then Ramstein, beaten by Panic Attack in the pit. The wheels came off for Mangulator against Ming 2. Detonator, though, were pummeled by Frenzy as the States hit back. This was Mortis beating Panic Attack in the War of Independence semi-final. And Frenzy damaging Ming 2 to go through.
But now, with 2 robots remaining, national pride is at stake as they decide who will win this War of Independence. Hey, let the final begin!
Flying, the Union Jack from Nottinghamshire and Cambridgeshire, Mortis, Rob Knight and Arthur Chilcott, and from the United States of America and Los Angeles, Frenzy. There are the controls, Patrick Campbell.
3, 2, 1.
It started by chucking a few tea bags over the side of a ship in Boston Harbour. Occasionally ever since, we've had our grudges. And now we have the worst of them all in Robot Wars. The War of Independence, and Mortis on the attack immediately on Frenzy. Look at the axes coming down, bang, and crash. It's the weightier weapon, that's for certain. But the more frenzied attack comes from our very own Mortis. And not forgetting Sergeant Bash and Frenzy's toppled and turned. Well, flying through the air, it seemed like a spaceship there for the minute. Comes down though. Prepares to have a nudge at Mortis. Sergeant Bash in there as well. Locked tight on Frenzy with the claw. Now Sergeant Bash could get involved because Frenzy was pushing the CPZ immediately by Mortis right at the start. And again it would seem that Frenzy spinning around. And he's like some weird alien space saucer. But Mortis, like a great silver gleaming tank, trundles back on the attack on Frenzy. The close-up shows the axis hammering down. More control weaponry though from Mortis, certainly. They're trying to use the lifting arm there, you see. That can also double up as a Stream X self-righting mechanism. Frenzy is the more laboured attack, but isn't the more heavyweight attack at the moment. The Mortis shell is holding firm. Aerospace-grade materials in the Mortis team. And still the repetitive bash of the Mortis axe. Well, they've been around Robot Wars, the scene, for so many years, the Mortis boys, without really ever doing themselves justice or picking up any honours. But I think here, they've got this War of Independence. They certainly have Frenzy on the run. Can they flip them up and over using the long arm? They're over. Now can Frenzy right itself using the weapon? The soft underbelly of Frenzy is exposed. In goes the Mortis axe. It's the Woody Woodpecker song from Mortis. And Frenzy can't right themselves. Their weapon has been immobilised. And it means that Patrick Campbell's machine is now at the mercy of Mortis, all the way from Los Angeles. And certainly very creditable and credible opponents as well. Now the torch, though, of Sergeant Bash. Killalot has them in its grip and will draw Frenzy ever so slowly, but ever so surely towards the pit, I would imagine. We see it descend, and the UK Robot Wars fans make their feelings known. And also so does Bash, because I can tell you very secretly, one of his chips comes from Silicon Valley.
Cease.
California, here I come. Right back where I started from. Mortis are the winners of the War of Independence in this style against Frenzy into the CPZ. That meant the Sergeant could come out, and we saw the repetitive acts all the way through. Frenzy toppled over, couldn't self-right. The damage had been done, and the Union Jack flies over the Wars of Independence.
Well, that was the fight that was. And I tell you what, it was a good one. Hey, you came a long way from Los Angeles to get beaten up by a pair of good old-fashioned English hooligans.
We're ashamed to go home.
You're ashamed to go home.
We're disgraced. We're a disgrace to our country.
What went wrong for you?
Oh, well, as soon as we lost our weapon, we basically were weaponless. We couldn't do anything.
What do you think about the standard of the British robots?
Oh, they're amazing robots.
Yeah.
Especially the housebots, yeah.
Well, normally Americans go, oh, well, ours are bigger and better and badder.
Yeah, just give us time to build something, yeah, they'll be bigger and badder and better.
So you're going to come back for the next War of Independence and try and get America back?
Of course, of course.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Frenzy! Yes! Come on! You've won the competition!
After all those wars.
All those wars, all wars. Glad to deceive all the time, the great pretenders to the throne.
It's finally perfect and it's now retired.
And you've won the War of Independence. Now you're saying you're going to retire, Mortis, now?
We'd already decided that before this competition, that Mortis was actually retired.
So
And
what are
we
you
were
going to
asked
do with it
this
then?
one.
What are you going to do with it? You're going to break it up into
No,
small
no,
parts?
I do a lot of lectures in schools and village fates, that sort of thing. We're quite heavily involved with teaching.
Don't all the kids take the mickey out and say you're from ZZ Top?
No, they don't know who ZZ Top are, mate. Sorry, the children are not that old, are they?
Showing my age, mate. Showing my age, Rob. It's your trophy. Show it to the audience. They fought long and hard. They battled for a cause, and they reclaimed America for Robo Wars. Bye-bye.